Hello everyone. In today's tutorial we will learn how to create folder using UiPath. So if you want to create folder for your project using UiPath, so it's very easy, and you can find the create folder activity inside of the activity panel. So it's very easy. uh, there is not coding required. Basically you have to just use the activity panels, it has create a folder activity here, so we can use this activity and we can just create our folders according to our criteria basically. So we have just opened the UiPath studio. So in left hand side you can see that this is my activity panel, and this is my folder, right? So this is my folder inside UiPath. You can see that there is no folder existing right now. So inside this folder I have to create folders, right? So how to create folder using UiPath? Create folder or directory. So you need to just write here create folder, and if you are not getting this option you can use the create directory option as well. So through this way you can also create the folder. So actually I am using UiPath Studio 2019.10.2, so that's why I'm getting this option create folder, or if you are not able to find this option then you can just find the create directory option. So I have just dragged it into my inside of this workspace. Then I have to create the folder. So I will just simply open my location where I want to create the folder. I will simply copy this path and I will paste it here. Once you will paste it here, then you will have to just, because you have to just create folder inside in this UiPath folder, right? So you have to just put here a forward slash, and that's all. Inside of double quotes you will have to input the path, then you will have to use the plus symbol. It is basically from the concatenation, and I will create here my demo folder. Once I will just that's all you will have to do, right? So if you will go to the property of the create folder, then you will see here that only path is required, right? Or this is another property, that is continuous on error. Continuous on error means like suppose demo folder is already existed over there, right? And if you want to create another folder, so definitely you cannot create two folders inside of the same folder. So you can just, if you want to just make it true or false, if you will just place here true, if you will write here true, suppose if there is another folder is already existed in that particular location, then it will just skip it and it will just, I will not get any error. If it is false and if same folder is already there, then it will throw an error. So right now there is no folder inside my this location, so there is no problem to create this folder. So I will run this my UiPath activity, and you can say that within a second it has created the folder, right? So I'm just going to delete it. So you can say that this is very easy basically to create folder using UiPath. So let's take another example. I'm just using flowchart activity, because inside flowchart you can see the properly that how I am just using these activities. So first of all, suppose I have this sheet. So if I'll open this sheet, so you can see that in month folder we have January to December. These are the 12 months are there, right? So if I were to create these 12 folders instantly, then how can we create it, right? So if we'll use the same folder creation activity, so I have to create 12 different flows for this, right? But I want to use single activity and I want to create the folder. So we will use this functionality. So first of all we will use Excel scope. So I will just set as a start node. So inside this workbook path I will just use this path. So I will simply press shift and right click, copy this path, shift right click and copy as a path. and I will simply paste it here. So we have to use double quotes. Inside double quotes we use to this path, and then we have to read range, because this particular workbook have multiple sheets, so we want to use this month sheet, right? So I will paste the name. That's all we have to do, and I have to create the one variables, that is data table. So this is my month dt. I will press enter, and if you go to the variable panel, then you can see this my data table has been created, right? So inside of this, then I will use for each activity. Simply I will drag it here, and my data table name is month dt. Then I will use month dt, and then I have to use this create folder, because we are using loop functionality. For each row activity, what it will do, that it will go to the for each row and it will read it, and according to that it will create the folder. In whatever the activity you will put inside of the for each activity, it will execute it, right? And simply I have to go to this I have to use this path, because inside UiPath I have to create the folder. Then I have simply copy this path and go back to our project, and I will paste it here, and again I have to put the forward slash, then I have to concatenate the our data, because this is in my row. So this is my row 1 2 3, not, yeah, this is my row. So I will press here row 0. Basically in Excel, UiPath consider it from the 0 1 2. So my data in the 0 column, right? This is my 1 column, 2 3 4. So I will use here row 0 dot to string, because it is my string format. So I will use a string, and I will open this, and I'm just running it, right? And let's see that whether it create the folder or not. So you can see that within a second it has been created multiple folders instantly. So the same way you can just create folders if you have Excel file, and according to that you want to create the folders. So if you want to create the single folder, if you want to create the multiple folders, so you can use this activity to create folders. So it's very easy. So you can use this activity as well. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.